What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're taking a look at another film review. This is Bill and Ted Face the Music. I have made a couple of customs of Bill and Ted on the channel before, but I've never done a film review on the movie. I did watch this when it first came out, and the reason why I'm doing this video now is because I was scrolling on Netflix earlier with my girlfriend, trying to find something to watch, and it came up, and I'm like, holy shit, I remember watching that. I forgot this movie even existed. This is part of the age of reboots and remakes and sequels and prequels that don't really need to be made. Bill and Ted already had two movies before this one, and this one came out so many years later in the age of Keanu Reeves. I love Keanu Reeves. He's such a good guy. He's such a nice actor. And this film came out when he was making John Wick 2, Matrix 4, John Wick 4, and then we also have him making Bill and Ted as well, and also him in Cyberpunk. So this is when this is when Keanu was at his highest, or his second rise, should I say. But here is Bill and Ted, Metalhead's Bill and Ted discover that the fate of humanity lies in their capability to write a song. They decide to travel across time and steal one from themselves. So Bill and Ted need to write a song to save humanity because someone from the future comes back in time in an egg and tells them, hey, yo, the future's fucked if you don't write a new song. We need a new song for you to write to save the universe. Quickly, come on, let's do it. But they're also facing marital problems with their girlfriends and their children. Their children look up to them. Their children love them. Their girlfriends take them to therapy and are very confused and very concerned about them. And to be fair, I would be too. These are two fully grown men. They're no longer teenagers, still wearing the sort of outfits they wore in the previous movies, or very similar outfits. And they're still talking like they spoke back in those movies, which, again, that is the whole vibe of Bill and Ted. That is like, what's up, bruh? Let's do it. Yeah, it's so radical. That was fucking math, bro. Look at us go. Fucking insane. That was radical. They don't use 20th century slang like bruh, riz, mid, and other words that we use right now. So it did feel a lot out of place, hearing them speak like this again and hearing them talk like this again. I do admit I enjoyed it in the first two movies, but that was because the first two movies sort of fit the time that they were set in, the 1950s or whatever. We're in the 2020s, the 2021s, I forgot when this movie came out. But, we're in the early 2000s. And it's like, I don't understand why they're still talking like this. It doesn't really make a lot of sense for them to be doing that. But anyway, ignore me, continuing on with the plot. We have them going backwards in time and forwards in time. They're literally just jumping across time, looking at themselves. There's jacked up versions of themselves in prison. There's old versions of themselves in a nursing home. They're going to try and find a song that they've written, and they're going a long, convoluted way around it, but then they get stuck, and then their children get in a time-traveling pod and go through and basically, in a montage, collect a load of different singers and songwriters that they've influenced over the couple of years and bring them back here. Bill and Ted then go and see Death, who is their old bandmate, who's very salty that they basically broke up and left him on his own. And they broke up the band, which we did get a sort of foreshadowing towards the start of the film. We got to look at a load of newspapers. But then they go back to the real world. The kids all bring the people from the past. They all come together. They get on a bridge. They sing a song to stop an alien invasion. And the song is an absolute fucking slap. It bangs. It is a slapper. I will give it that. The song is incredible. I have it in my Spotify playlist. And it is a banger. I will give it that. The song is incredible. And the music in Bill and Ted never fails. The music is incredible. I love the music. It is really good. And for a film about music, it should be really good. But it isn't like Trolls, where it just shoves in random pop songs for the sake of pop songs to get sort of kids interested, get parents interested, get some sort of celebrity to number one in the charts. They handpick songs that fit the film, and I like it when movies do that. They do it in Spider-Verse, Into and Across. They also do it in Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3, where they pick songs which fit the movie's vibe and fit the movie's theme. And that just makes the movie feel a lot better, flows a lot nicer, and doesn't feel as sort of choppy and as cheap as some of the other films that just randomly shove in music. But yeah, other than the acting is incredible from these two. These two are really good actors, but I don't like how they're trying to be, the 90s version of Bill and Ted. I would have preferred them to be a little bit more grown up. Again, that would probably take a little bit of magic away from Bill and Ted, but it doesn't feel right seeing them like this. After seeing Keanu Reeves play Matrix and John Wick, see you go back to playing Bill like a really stupid character doesn't make sense. Bill and Ted was really good back in the day. It had 2 movies, it had its own cartoon, and we have some really incredible memes come from it, like, "Hey Bill, why is an orange called an orange?" And then he's like, "An orange is called an orange because it's the same color as it is fruit, just like a lemon." I don't know if I got that right, but it was something along those lines. And I don't know, they just feel too old to be doing this. The actors just don't, I don't know, they're incredible actors and they play these two so well, but they just look too old to be doing it, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to age shame Keanu Reeves and his buddy here, but they are a little old to be doing some of these movies that they're doing right now, and it just doesn't fit. I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't look right seeing someone of this age going around saying everything is radical, everything is awesome and totally tubular, talking like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But other than that, I didn't really like the plot point of the children either. The children getting involved was really sweet because it did show that the children cared about their dads and their music career, whereas the wives didn't and were quite against the music career. Even though the wives were actually princesses from an alternate timeline that managed to stay. I don't know how that didn't fuck up the timeline, but they're princesses that they found in medieval England that they brought back, and that's their wives now. And I assume they got accustomed to the new time, seeing as how they've had children, and they've sort of managed to survive and adapt and get better and go to counselling and therapy, which is quite nice. It seems like they're having an existential crisis as well because they can't write a good song. So it seems like they have a lot of doubt in themselves. The CGI for the teleporting and for the music and for the aliens is really cool. It's really nice to see. They're also being chased by a giant robot, which is strange. But when they're playing the music at the end, the music is going through all of time and all of space. And Bill and Ted, that are old and in the nursing home, and roided up Bill and Ted are dancing to the movie as well and dancing to the song. So I don't know what happened here, but they had an incredible, crazy life. If they got that jacked in prison to then die in a nursing home from where they are now. They have a fucking insane lifestyle. But yeah, I don't know. It didn't feel that special. It felt kind of out of place. This movie would have been really good if they made it back when Bill and Ted was originally coming out with the first 2 movies. If it was made back then, I think this film would have been perfect. But making it now when the actors are a lot older and having the actors, still act the way they do, it just doesn't feel right to me. And especially with the princesses not liking them anymore is understandable. And the story just seemed too basic. They're traveling through time to steal a song from their future self so then they can use it to save the world. Then that's a whole paradox in itself, because if they steal the song from their future self, who initially wrote the song? Because if they don't write the song, there is no song. So they need to write a song, but then the past selves who don't want to write a song or can't write a song steal it from their future selves, who probably also didn't want to write the song, but then if they stole it, then it'll be the stolen song. So then the past Bill and Ted that want to steal it will steal the original stolen song. So who did they actually steal it from? Because this song has been infinitely stolen, so technically no one actually wrote the song. It's just a song that's a paradox and shouldn't be there because no one wrote it. It's just a time-traveling song. It's very confusing and has quite a few plot holes. It's got incredible actors in it, but that's all it really has going for it. The story is quite boring and quite choppy and very poorly paced. And I think it's one of the worst Keanu Reeves things that he's done in the past few years. John Wick is incredible. The Matrix, it's better than the newest Matrix, I'll give it that. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem right, if that makes sense. There's a lot of better things they could have done with it, and a lot of better opportunities to be had with Bill and Ted. I just think it was... They're remaking a load of old movies and a load of old shows, and I think they're just doing it for a pointless cash grab. I don't think they really cared for Bill and Ted or the franchise or had any passion behind it. I think it was just to make a quick load of money because Bill and Ted was popular and Keanu Reeves is popular again due to John Wick 3, John Wick 4, Matrix, and... what is it? I forgot. Cyberpunk coming out. So because John Wick's popular and Keanu Reeves is popular, quick, bring back an old Keanu Reeves film, make another one, get a quick buck, and we're going to be done here. That's basically how I imagine the boardroom meeting to go for this film. It's not a terrible film. It's not like the worst of the worst, but it's not a good film. It's like a mid film. It's like, okay, I've seen it once. I don't want to watch it again. It's a decent film to... Okay, I've seen it, right. I know what happens. I never need to look at this again. But it is a very forgetful movie. Like I said, I didn't remember this existed until I saw it on Netflix. And it's now going to rot and die on Netflix. I don't believe it's going to ever see the light of day by many people again on Netflix, because there is a lot of different things to watch on Netflix nowadays and a lot more better quality stuff than this. But, yeah, I'm running out of things to say. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. A 4 out of 10. That's where I think this lies on my scale of movies. It's not terrible, but it's not good. I think it's just below good, so it's like it's watchable, but not totally like terrible that it's not even bothering watching. The songs and the actors are what bring it up. And the CGI, the story and the plot and the story and the thing that actually drags it down, and the unnecessary need of the film. Like Bill and Ted 1 and 2 ended perfectly. They ended the story. It didn't feel like you needed to continue it. But now that we've continued it, it sort of feels like, okay, did we really need this? And I wish more film companies had a second thought before they continue in writing the film. Like, do we really need this? Is this something that we need? Did we finish the story and end it nicely? Or are we just bringing it back to make some money? And they're obviously going to bring it back no matter what. But still, I want someone who's passionate about Bill and Ted to be writing the story, not just getting any old person to write it. So, just so that you have a movie to put out there. So yeah, that's my take on Bill and Ted. It was quite negative, but again, the original two were really good. I enjoyed them. It's just this one just seemed pointless and just, again, only here to make money and to rip on a popular franchise or a popular movie series to get a trilogy and to make movies and to get more sort of watch out of the previous two. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. See you all next one. Have a nice day and goodbye still. I wish I would stop rebooting movies. The original is perfectly fine.